Now we are really getting into the nitty-gritty of what and who we are. This content of this particular lesson changed my life, and once I started to study it even more, the clearer I could see myself, my environment, my result, literally everything changed. I stumbled across this lesson by Bob Proctor many years ago, and by the end of this video I will give you the exact material from Bob Proctor that I've been studying for years. You will find in our community resources library everything I'm talking about. Let me start by saying you're a product of your environment. I can still remember the first time I listened to Bob Proctor speaking about this. I had to pause, take notes, and go back and listen to the recording again and again and again. Then I was just staring. I took a deep breath and I had this overflow of understanding just pouring over me. I would want for him to know how this particular information changed my life, and I promise to share and teach this to others. Bob Proctor, his old mentors, and many gurus refer to this as the genie. It's an illustration that clearly shows that most of us is controlled by our outside world. Most of us will never understand the power of our own control. We all have two major parts of our mind that is like a remote control telling our body what to do and what to feel, and therefore what attitude we hold and the result that we see in our life. The mind operates for all human beings equally, no matter who you are, your past experience, where you live, etc. It's about how you're using the remote control that matters, but we're all made the same with the same power. The difference between people's result is how they were programmed to use the remote control. Let's look at the genie to build an image of what we're talking about here. This just looks like a stick person to many, but let's first understand what is the mind. Many people tend to believe that the mind is the brain, but the brain is nothing more than your nose is. It's mass. Your mind is what is controlling your body to move. Your mind is in every tiny part of who you are, and many refer to it as the spirit. The problem is that no one have ever seen the mind. The mind just is, yet is so powerful. So let the upper part represent your mind. Let the lower part of the stick person represent your body. You have two major parts of your powerful mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is our thinking mind, the information mind, the understanding mind, the sorting mind. The easiest way for me to explain the difference between the two parts of our mind for you to be able to use the inputs to control the output. Think about when you've had a nightmare. You wake up in the middle of the night frightened, your heart is beating, and you have trouble falling back asleep. Your conscious mind is telling you to go back to sleep. It was just a dream. It's not reality. But you might lay there in bed for an hour or two, have to turn the light on, have to read a book to get on different thoughts just to calm down and be able to fall asleep again. Even though you know the reality is that you only experience this in your mind, your subconscious mind can't differentiate what is true and what is not. It just accepts. It accepts everything that we feed it. It doesn't internalize it, it just accepts it. Your conscious mind have sensory factors that is connected to our outside world, that is controlling our attitude. What we believe we can achieve, how we're living life, it's literally the creator of us because we haven't understood how we operate. We can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. We are all part of the outside world our body and spirit are living in, and therefore believe that's who we are. Our job in understanding this concept is to not let our outside world control our mind, control what we think, what we feel, and how we act. We want to be in control. That's what we do if we study this particular video lesson. If you don't, we will become the product of what is going on the outside and blame circumstances, blame the government, blame the system, blame everyone and everything around us for where we are today. Our conscious mind have the ability to accept or reject thoughts. Through our sensory factors, we consume and getting exposed to all kind of information and energy, and it's our job to decide if we accept or reject thoughts. What informations are we getting emotionally involved with? Your subconscious mind can only accept. It cannot reject. Just like having a nightmare, you will feel that you're actually experiencing it. You can also imagine a grand goal of yours, like buying a dream car, for example, and you will be able to experience that in your mind of doing that. Let's begin by understanding how you became who you are today before we get into how we can now control the outcome of our future. Your thoughts are the starting point for a chain of events that ultimately shaped you into who you are today. They influence your emotions, which in turn drive your physical actions and behavior. By tracing this chain, you can see how your current self is a product of your deepest convictions and beliefs. In essence, you're a manifestation of the things you hold most strongly to. Claude Bristol is talking about it. Tony Robbins is talking about it. Anthony Hopkins, Morgan Freeman, Drake, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ariana Grande, Jennifer Lopez, Mike Tyson, Oprah Winfrey. I can just keep on going, but we are a product of our strongest belief. What have caused you to have strong beliefs making you the person you are today? Your sensory factors. Our belief determines our experiences. Ask yourself, what's true for you? And where did these thoughts originated from? It dictates your whole life. Denzel Washington said it. If you hang around 5 confident people, you'll be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 intelligent people, you'll be the sixth one. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 idiots, you'll be the 6th one. There's 3 factors that have created you and will continue to control you if you don't consciously change the inputs. You're a product of these 3 elements, which dictates how you think. Your environment, people in your life, the information in your life, and your past experiences. And the 3 inputs that forces these factors are your visual input, what you see, your auditory input, what you hear, and our emotional response, how we feel and how we act. Do you start to see now how you were forced subconsciously upon you certain belief of who you are today? How these beliefs are controlling you? You decide what information to consume and what you're getting emotionally involved with. You decide what you're listening to, and you decide what you feed your eyes with. To be in control of the future you that you truly desire to be, the ultimate version of you, you hold the power to control the inputs. And here are 3 things we have to be consciously aware of and be willing to change. Number 1, remind yourself of where you're going by having a clear image of the environment of the future you. Print out photos of the house, the car, the dream destination, a happy family. You can decide today to mentally create a new environment that you can experience in your mind. Change your background photo in your phone, computer, print out images and put it in nice frames. You want to feed your eyes with that emotions and what you feel good about. Watch YouTube videos, podcasts, interviews with people that have changed their way of thinking and teaching it, like Bob Proctor, Dr. Joe Dispenza, etc. Trade Netflix for new visual experiences that serves the future you, and let go of all of these visual attractions that you now can recognize is the old version of yourself. Number 2, actively go through our resources library to create a new playlist to understand the topic you and success better. We have put together everything for you to train mindless radio shows to reprogram your thinking. This will start a chain of reactions where you will choose what information you get emotionally involved with. For example, your closest family and friends usually don't want to see you succeed. They want you all well, they probably love you dearly, but when it comes to change and success, they want to save you from failure. They rather talk you out of taking a risk than having to see you fail. By getting your hands on this information, you can now sort through people's opinions about you and outgrowing the old you. I usually just smile and wave. If you're not the one that is choosing your thoughts, then who? The moment you let other people influence your thoughts that doesn't have what you have, that doesn't live and love like you want to live and love, don't lower yourself to their level of ignorance. If you're getting influenced by them, that's exactly where you belong. Thirdly, this will now automatically reinforce the 3 elements of who you are and what you believe is possible for you to achieve. I want you to go to our resources library and watch Bob Proctor's video, The Genie, and really study it. It will change your entire life when you start to realize that you are in control no matter outside circumstances. Now that you have understood who and where you are today, I can't wait for you to get into the next video lesson of how you will enter the highway of becoming a new version of yourself, the you that you really desire.